Well, hey YouTube, it's PD2 Finger, and circuit bending the Texas Instruments Little Maestro. Just went through that procedure. Anticlimactic. Typically, the older Texas Instruments stuff with the real large chips, especially when they have a bunch of chips, like the speak and spell, the speak and math, the speak and read, etc. Those are great circuit bends. Okay. This particular unit came out in 1985, 1986. And you see them from time to time. That Texas Instruments stuff was not cheap. This was a more affordable unit, and it did speak. It had the same voice, but I just got done. Last night, we took ours apart. My wife ran across it. It's been here for years waiting for me to bend it. Took it apart, and it was filthy, and there was stuff in the inside. There was schmutz in there, so I was like, can you clean this? Take it in the bathroom and use Comet. I like using powdered cleanser. And one of the battery snaps disappeared. There's little, I forget what the part number was. I looked it up. There was replacements of this part, and they were $5 for a pair. I'm like, I'll solder the wire onto the battery before I pay $5 for 2 pieces of bent sheet metal, or it's not even sheet metal. So yeah, that was playing around with it last night. I blew a gasket because that part disappeared, and I had specifically said we got to watch out for that. Well, when I pointed at it, I pointed at the one. There was 3 of them, and I only pointed at the one. My wife didn't notice that there was 3, and of course, as soon as she got it in the bathroom, she only noticed 2. So when I said, hey, where the fuck is the fucking thing? She was like, it wasn't there. And I was like, yeah, it fucking was. And let's not fucking go over that fight again. So we got into a fight last night at 2:30 in the morning because I didn't want to go scrub this fucking thing. And I guess I should have, even though I live with crippling fucking back pain. I should have done it myself. Today, I took the thing apart and went to bend it, and immediately I turned it on. I came over here and pulled up the image, and all of a sudden it started singing. And I fucked with it for an hour. I don't know. I looked through the plastic where the contacts are to see if I could cut the trace, like maybe the switch was stuck. Anyway, there is a pinout on Experimentalists Anonymous. There's an image where it shows the bends for this unit. I went ahead and tried all of those, and it's very anticlimactic. I ended up...
He's in the closet.
He's in the closet. I ended up throwing it out. It wasn't stable. There's 2 of them on eBay for $30 right now. It wasn't stable unbent. The only way to get it to function, kind of, was to bend it. And that bend, it just made it distorted. But it also made it more stable than it was without that improper connection. So yeah, my advice to you, if you've purchased a Little Texas Instruments Little Maestro, is clean it up and give it to a kid you know, because it's not worth bending it. The 2 there's a high and a low bend on there, and those did not produce. None of the bends produced anything similar to what you know on a classic speak and spell, speak and math, any of those old TI where it's just like speaking in tongues and it's batshit crazy. That's cool. That's why you do this, for that effect. It does not do that. It does not do that. It made some shrieking sound, staticky shrieking sound, and very unstable, meaning you're constantly having to reset the connection to the battery compartment, which if you have a normally closed push button switch momentary is not a problem. So I would put that like if you collect and you bend stuff and you've got it and you're watching this video to learn how to do it, You can go over to Experimentalists Anonymous and find that image. I'm not going to give it to you if you come here asking me. I'm recommending that you don't even fuck with it because I know what circumvent toys are supposed to do, and this one doesn't do it. Honestly, I would have been ashamed to put that up there. Like if I did that pin out, I would go, you know what? I'm not going to, or at least I'm going to put a note on this that this is really underwhelming and save somebody the hour and the fucking neck ache. So, yeah, I can't even fuck some shit up properly anymore. I told you how I've been cursed, how it's impossible for me to do anything right with electronics anymore. I played with the amp today. It's excellent. The amp is great. I will demo that for you when we're at the remote site. You know, the Angry Charlie version 3, it is dark. It's very dark pedal. At least the one that Pedal PCB is selling. I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. And we'll have to see if he emails me for that low rating, because typically with this DIY stuff, you have to give it the top rating. That's the way anything is. It's just, oh, it's the best thing in the world, you know? And me, I don't know. Is it really that great? The real highlight of my weekend was setting up my my little test rig. It's a mismatched pair of speakers with a pile 30 by 30 amp, and then I set up my Zoom G10N, and I made patches with the 35 new effects that I got by doing the Zoom hack on it. So I got like 8 or 10 new distortion boxes, a bunch of reverbs, delays, really cool stuff. So made some new patches for that, named some patches, moved some stuff around, and then saved it. And I'm about to go take a walk before it gets dark. We're going to go walk around the pond. All right, you guys, I hope that was helpful. If not, yeah, thumb me down. Let me know how much of a failure I am. But I'm already aware of that. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the weather, and peace.